work. Gotta put in the work. Otherwise, what I'm doing right now is I'm using a cleaner wax. I'm using this McGuire's one-step cleaner stuff. But um, that'll help get all the crap off the surface. And then once I do that, then I can go back with a good wax it all. And the underside of the bottom, that's going to be a bitch. It's going to be an absolute bitch to do. But I'm willing to put in the work, because if you don't, then your boat won't last you. And we all know boats aren't cheap, so put in the work, put in the time. Let me flip the camera around, I'll show you the difference. So, whoops. I know it's kind of hard to really tell on camera, but this is where I've started. I started right here above the hull numbers. Well, I kind of went all the way to the bow on this side. Right, I started there, but you can see right here, it doesn't really show up too well on camera. But you can kind of tell where I stopped. You know, like I haven't done any of this yet. Haven't done any of that yet. You can kind of see how dirty it is. We go to the other side. See if you can see if it shows up better in the shade. But you know, like it's hard to see in camera how dirty it really is. But you can definitely tell this side. You know, see all that shit? That's all just built up dirt and shit and gunk over time. You know, like look at that. You can kind of tell the difference. You know, there you can tell. But get this thing all cleaned up, get her looking good, get her protected. So that way I won't have to worry about the glass or any of that for a while. You know, like back here you can see, you know, obviously this is gonna always get dirty because the motor trims up and whatever leaks out of it, and, you know, but and then my next project, taking all the carpet. See how the carpet's like just dead? Taking all the carpet out all the way through, and I'm redoing the flooring. I already stripped this one little hatch, so I gotta strip all this, and I'm gonna put this kind of shit down on the flooring. This one that's there right now is coming off. That was just kind of a test to see how it would go, but I got big sheets of that shit, so I can do the whole floor now. So, but yeah, the front, you know, you can see it's fucking shiny. And then as you get down towards the back, it starts to dull out. So, I mean, you can see that there. See that difference? So, the color scheme on this thing's pretty badass. So I kind of want to keep it looking good. The underside's going to be a bitch. I got to get... So my little deal here, oops, the camera starts flying around. This little deal right here is rubber. And last time we went out, that's when I was having issues with my throttle, and I could not load the boat on the trailer properly because the throttle was so fucked up. So I hit that thing a couple of times. Now it doesn't really do much, but yeah, you can see the scrapes from where it ran up on that thing, because the throttle kept just fucking dicking with me. So getting down under there, getting that all scraped off, and it's not scratches or anything, it's just, you know, that rubber had been sitting in the sun all day long, so it was hot, and, you know, scraped off rubber onto the freaking boat. So I got to get all that out of there and make it look good, because right now, let's see if we can get a good view of that. See, that looks like shit right now. But that's all just, it's all just rubber. It'll come off. I mean, you can see right here, like, look at that, see? It'll all come off. It's just a matter of putting in the work and the elbow grease. But you can see, and it's hard, it doesn't really show up in camera. Well, it kind of does right there. You can see, like, right here, I hit with the polisher a little bit, Right here I didn't. So I got to do this whole damn thing. It's probably going to take me 2-3 days to do it, you know, all the way I want it to, but I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I'll put in the time. You know, this thing's super fucking dirty, so gotta do what I gotta do to make it, keep it clean, keep it active. I got a couple little chips I gotta fill in. This one little chip down there, I gotta fill that in. That's from a rock in the lake. This one, that little chip was there when I bought it. So I'll fill that in. A couple little scrapes here, those were there when I bought it, but I want to get this thing looking and running great. Got the little seat on the back. Got the little seat up front. The interior, I'm going to order new seats for all of it. I'm kind of contemplating taking the middle seat out, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I'll show you guys my little fucking cheesy ass setup for when I'm actually live. You'll understand why it's so hard for me to actually see chat when I'm actually, you know, out fishing live. That's where my phone's mounted up. So it's really hard to see chat when I'm up there fishing on the bow and my phone's mounted right there. So, but she looks like shit right now. I usually have a cover over it because of the tree and the sun and all that, but you know, since I'm polishing it and stripping all the carpet out and all that, I didn't really bother with the cover this week. So you can see, like, over there on the side, I've got a bunch of that carpet already stripped out. I have some EVA flooring that I'm putting in here. I'm gonna do, because we already have the blue and gray color scheme going on, I got some gray EVA foam that's going down, and I don't know if I want to do the floor. I got enough to do, you know, all the way up from the bow all the way back to the freaking motor. I kind of am thinking I might do a different color on the floor inside here, but I don't know. I may end up honestly painting the floor with the tough coat, which is what they use on like the big charter boats and shit. It's like a rubberized, waterproof flooring. You can come in here with a pressure washer and wash that shit out. So it's non-skid. EVA foam I got's non-skid. It's real similar to that I got on the step. But that on the step was just a little sheet that I got as a tester. That's not going to stay there. I'm going to change that. I'll probably honestly end up painting that step with the tough coat, but it's going to be a bitch. This trolling motor is older than dirt, and it keeps giving me nothing but issues. So that thing is getting ripped off, and it's going to live in the dumpster when I get the new trolling motor. So I got a smoking deal on this boat. Absolutely fucking smoking deal. I drove out to Arizona to pick it up, and the guy had originally had it listed for $6,000, and I left there for $3,000. So the very first thing he said to me when I got to his house to go look at it, didn't introduce himself, nothing. I sent him a text message and I said, hey, I'm here. And the guy comes outside, you know, I was already looking at the boat. And the very first thing he said to me was, hey man, glad you made the drive over. I don't know a damn thing about boats. So the very first thing out of my mouth was, well, that's fine. That's what I do for a living, which is total bullshit. But his fucking look on his face dropped. Like he knew he just said the fucking wrong thing. So I started nitpicking the shit out of everything. I found things that were wrong that were not wrong, but he didn't know. So, you know, he just basically got railroaded on the price of this thing. Like, for example, right here, this little hole, okay, that little thing right there is for the bilge pump. That's where the water comes out when you turn on the bilge pump to pump all the water out of the freaking underside of the floor on the boat, right? I told him it looked like it was broken and missing the cap. And he goes, oh, yeah, I don't know what happened to that. I don't know where it's at. And then, what else was it that I got him on? I got him on a few things that were kind of bullshit. Oh, I told him it had the wrong plug in it. When I started the motor sounded just fine. Nothing was wrong with it. I mean, it needed to be cleaned. The carburetor needed to be cleaned. So it had a little bit of a hesitation in it just from the carburetor cleaning. But I'm like, oh, hey, let me, I'm like, yeah, that sounds bad. And the guy goes, yeah, it's got a real bad miss. And, so, you know, he's like, there's something wrong with the motor. It's missing. And, well, what it was it was starving for fuel because the carburetor was so dirty. So I went over and sat in my truck and pretended to be on the phone. And I was talking loud enough that, you know, the guy could hear me. And I'm like, yeah, okay, man. So, yeah, it sounds like, you know, the motor's got a miss in one of the cylinders. We'll probably have to rebuild the top end. All this just bullshit, right? And I wasn't on the phone at all. So I get off the fake phone call. And I go over there and I talk to the dude. And I'm like, yeah, so I just got off the lead phone with my lead mechanic at our shop. He's been working for me for about, 15 years. This dude's like the go-to freaking outboard guru in San Diego. And, he's saying that it's not worth it. So, and at that point, the guy had been like, oh, I'll take $5 for it. And, and I wasn't going to pay him five grand for this boat. It's worth twice that once I get, the carpeting and all that done. But I went over and told the dude, I'm like, yeah, the motor's going to have to be rebuilt completely. The dude, when he hooked up the rabbit ears thing to the motor to run water through it while it was, out of the water running, these little deals, right? So you hook these little deals on the motor, that's for the hose, because these outboard motors, absolutely 100% require water flow through them. That's the only way to cool your engine. He did not turn the hose on all the way. So there wasn't a shitload of water going through the motor. So the little piss hole, this little thing right here, this little hole right here, that basically your water comes in your motor right there. Okay. So when you're out of the water, you need to run the motor. You put the rabbit ear things over this. There's one of these on both sides. Water circulates up through the motor, does its thing, cools your motor, and the hot water pisses out right here, right? Well, dude, and I saw the dude do it. He did not turn the water on all the way, so that was pissing out real slow. So I told him, I'm like, oh, dude, there's barely any water pissing out of there. So the water pump's bad. It's not fucking circulating water through the motor. I'm like, I'll give you fucking $2,800 as is. And he wasn't having it. So I was like, all right, man. Well, I said, he came down to, he was at, I got him originally down to 5. And he's like, oh, how about 48? And I told him 28. And I told him, for $4,800, it's not even worth my time. So I told him, I said, yeah, I think we're too far apart on the numbers. So, hey, thanks for your time, bud, but I'm going to pass. And started walking back to the truck, and he goes, well, wait a minute, fucking, what do you do for it? What's the most you'll go? And I told him, I'm like, dude, I really don't feel comfortable putting more than $2,800 into this boat. And we ended up settling at 3. So I talked him down 3 G's for a bunch of shit that was not wrong. The carburetor did need to be cleaned. That was obvious. The boat does need a good detail, but that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm just now starting on detailing it, but I don't give a fuck if you're selling a pair of roller skates or a house. Don't tell the person to come and that's coming to look at whatever you're selling, that you don't know shit about what you're selling. Because if they know even the slightest little bit, they're gonna fuck you on whatever they're trying to buy from you. So, same thing happened with my truck. Dude had that listed for $5,000, and I got that truck right there. I got that frig. It's a 2002 F-150. I got that truck for fucking $2,000. It had 65,000 miles on it when I bought it. I bought it in 2016. So, again, the guy comes out and he's like, "Yeah, I just want to get rid of it, you know." And I bought a new Dodge Ram, and I haven't driven this thing in like 4 months. So I jewed him down from the $5,000 to the. I paid like, I think it was 22 that I gave him cash. So, but dude, I've had that truck since it's a 2002. I bought it in 2016. It had less than 70,000 miles on it when I bought it, and the thing's fucking never done me wrong. Never done me wrong. It was fucking pristine condition when I bought it. I've kind of fucked it up a little bit over the years, but I don't drive that truck. This truck is permanently hooked to the boat. The only time I ever drive this truck is when I'm taking the boat out. So, no, I'm not putting a lot of miles on it anymore. But as you guys can see, I got my work cut out for me. So I'll come out here. I just came out here to actually test the buffer. I'm not going to do this whole thing tonight. I just wanted to do like a couple of test run spots on it and see how it's going to work out. And you can see from that side so I stopped right here at the freaking numbers. So, but you can see it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So there's still, it doesn't show up on the camera, but it's still hazy in a few spots. So, like right here, you can kind of see that it's still hazy. But I'll come through with a clean pad, because that pad's dirty as hell already. But I'll come through, I'll polish this all up, then I'll come through with a clean pad, hit it again, come through, polish it again, and then and that's just the cleaner that I'm using with right now. And then I'll come through and actually do the full detail. So, but right now it looks a lot better than it did. Like there's a spot right here I can see that I got to really go back over. But actually that's just the haze from the wax. But once I go back over all this, it'll look, it'll look fucking good. And the color scheme on this boat is fucking, I do like the color scheme on it. The fucking gray and the green and blue. That it does look pretty badass. So, and then the interior is going to be all gray. So once that's all done, it's going to look sick. And then what I'll probably do is throw this bitch on Craigslist and make some money on it. Sell this, upgrade, and upgrade too. I kind of want something that's ocean worthy. That's about as so we'll see. I mean, this thing, I could take this out to the kelp beds, but this, let me see if I can get over here. The hole, that's not very deep of a fucking hole. So taking that out to the kelp beds is going to be kind of sketchy. So we'll see. But I wouldn't go any farther out than the kelp. That's for sure. But it'll get me doing what I need to do for right now, and then I'll upgrade. Once I upgrade this boat, I'm going to have to upgrade the truck. So that's going to be a big expense that I really don't want to do, because we just had to buy that recently because the Jeep was in the shop because the transfer case went out, and Jeep was telling us it was going to be it could have been, according to their timeline, over a year before we got it back, because the back order on the parts. I guess they're having issues with couldn't get the parts right, show. So we decided that it was better to just buy a new car. So we bought the Blazer for the wife. So now I'll just drive the Jeep for my daily, and she drives the Blazer. If I do the Blazer, that thing gets such fucking good gas mileage for an SUV. Like, we left here, drove all the way up to Diamond Valley Lake, which is up in Hemet. Like 3-hour trip up to the lake. And then from there, we drove out through Palm Springs into Lake Havasu in Arizona. And we still had a little over a quarter of a tank of gas when we got to Lake Havasu. So we were able to drive around Lake Havasu all week on the same tank of gas that we left the house. And then we filled up on the way home in Lake Havasu. We got home, we had a half a tank still. So it's great gas mileage. Alright, I'm gonna hit some more of these spots. to do it all. I'm not in a hurry. So tomorrow, my dad lives with me. He's got some health issues, so dad lives with me. He's the one that got me into fishing. Whole reason I bought the boat was, so I go out and fish with Pops. But he doesn't know it yet. But tomorrow morning we're gonna go out and fish. So we'll be, I'll be on the live tomorrow most of the day fishing. I won't be able to see chat that much just because of how the camera mount is, but it'll be a good day out there on the lake. I gotta run in and grab a different pad for that and grab a clean one. I'll be right back. So now that I hit that with the wax, I'll use this to get all my wax off. I'm using I'm not really using compound. I'm using like a cleaning wax right now, just to kind of get all the shit off, and then I'll go through and like actually do a full detail. Okay. Give me like 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Give me like 2 minutes. That's going to look good when it's done. Oh, it sucks, Kyle. It's outboard. Let me flip this around real quick, Fair, and I'll give you a goddamn thing. I got my phone on the tripod. So actually, I'll phone out of the tripod real quick. This is just a little $3,000 freaking bass boat, but I will be taking it out to the kelp beds. It's not that deep of a hole. I mean, you want to get back a little bit. You can see Farron, and you know that's going to be sketchy as fuck in the ocean. But it's an outboard. It's just a little guy, just a little Johnson 130 horse. So, but it gets up and goes for this little boat. This is 18 foot, so 130 horse on an 18 foot. I do need a new prop because, you know, the guy that I got it from didn't really take care of it very well at all. So, but once I get it all dialed in, I got a prop on order. Once I get it all dialed in, this thing's gonna be fucking nice. But like I was saying earlier, I got to redo the flooring. The gel coat, the guy didn't really take care of it, so I'm getting all the oxidation, and you can kind of see up here the difference, like right here. If I walk up the gunnel right here, you can see I stopped right here, so you can totally see the difference. You know what I mean? So once I get it all detailed up, and I mean that's that fucking mirror shine right there. So once I get her all dialed in, you know, detailed up, I've already taken her out a shitload of times. But once it's all detailed up, it'll look good. Won't help the fishing any, but you know, it'll look good. So, but you guys know, you gotta fucking take care of your gel coat, otherwise your gel coat will go away eventually. So, I mean, you can see this side, like how fucking dirty it really is. You know, the other side looked the same when I started. So, you know, I got a ways to go, but I actually just started, like, you know, a little while ago, just as a test to see if what I had would work. So far it looks like it's working. So what I'll do is eventually, when I'm done, you know, the whole thing will be shining like a diamond in the goat's ass. And you can see, I don't know if you can see it right here or not really, where it doesn't show up with the shadows, but I stopped right here. So, you know, you go from there to, you know, you can see the difference. I mean, that's a fucking mirror shine up here. So, but I'm just using right now, I'm just using the little buffer with this McGuire's freaking one-step cleaner wax. And it just removes all the lighter shit. You know, kind of helps restore a little bit of the gel coat. I'm not really too sold on it. You know, there's way better shit on the market. But that's what I had, so that's what I'll use. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it all, I'll do like, you know, what I did. I'm just going to finish up, you know, basically the top side below the rail here. I'll pressure wash and then go to town. This was just kind of a test to even see if this shit would work. So, but anyway, guys, wife's yelling at me to come in the house and eat some food. So I'm gonna go grub real quick. My battery on my phone's down to like 12%, so I'll charge the phone up and be back at it out here in a little while. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. Thanks for jumping in.